Yo, it's Bader. I want to show some pickups that I just got. I went down to the first row card show in Tacoma, and my goal was, generally I got a couple things that I do. One is set collecting from 52 to, well, geez, now it's getting up to 1980. So I'm working on those. I got my favorite players, lots of old-time Twins and Senators players that I like to collect. And then all-time great Hall of Famers, of course, I do that as well. But I'll just go through these. I enjoy doing this because sometimes I forget where I get certain cards. So now this is almost like it's like a journal for me. So I'll just go with a couple. I pulled these out of a dollar box. It's a really clean Sam McDowell 71 and a Juan Marichal. So those two are going to go into my binder. Really like Sam McDowell. He's basically Nolan Ryan for about a 5-year period. Then it jumps back all the way to sets from 1957. We got a Gil Hodges that's pretty nice. And also an Al Klein. I was very happy with those pickups right there. And I also kind of messed up. I had a sheet to keep track of everything. And I got this Bob Lemon. And then came back and I found that I actually made a mistake on my list. This is how I keep that. All these X's are cards that I picked up from this show. And I failed to mark that Bob Lemon off, so I will delicately put these right there. Okay, and then we go into the 1955s, or sorry, 56s. We got Ed Matthews, Enos Slaughter. These are some of the bigger ones. Al Rosen, and then Walter Alston. The rest of these are going to be commons, but I was pretty happy with, look at how, that's a beautiful card. Look at that background image. Those are they're just phenomenal cards. I say that every time I see 56s, but if you've got good examples of them, they really are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm getting really close to completing this set. I've got about 20 cards left for this set. The big one that's going to be difficult is the Mantle at some point. And they also got a stack of 55s I was able to cross off the list. No big Hall of Famers. I kind of got two different. I found somebody who had a lot of these that are good looking cards, but they have writing or staple marks in it. And then others that didn't, that were a bit more spenny, like this. Harvey Haddix has some staple marks on there. But these are all going into my binder, filling the slots, and I really don't mind Al Rosen. So I'm going to keep going through these pretty quick. There's a Don Zimmerman, which looks, so I believe this is his rookie card. It's got a crease going across, but it's a beautiful example right there. I've got some bigger cards in here, and there's only a handful of people that really want to see a stack of of commons. But there's the 55s, and those are going to be going into my binder. And this was a bigger card. For those who don't know, this is the last card in the 53 Topps set, Milt Bowling. And it can be a little bit on the spendier side when it's a nice copy, but this one's not a nice copy. The back is rough, and I found there's a bunch of sticky material back there. But we're gonna make do. That's gonna be my placeholder in my set. And then last was a single 52 that I was able to find that I did not have. Card number 9, Bobby Hogue. Okay, that's more of the common stuff. And then these are the bit of the bigger cards. I was at a gentleman's booth. He had a lot of Topps Venezuela, and I was able to pick this guy up. Got Willie Mays and Frank Robinson. You do not see those very often. Very happy with that. That was not on my list of things to look for, but when you see them and they're priced pretty well, oh, then you start itching. You start itching. Okay, here is a Harmon Killebrew Transogram and a 62 Valenzuela. I did not have either of those in my Killebrew collection, and very happy to have those. Those are ones where I just want the card, and the condition's not as important. That's different than this case. This case, I needed this is for my 61 set. I'm getting close, and I did not have this card, and I wanted one that was in nice shape, and I really wrestled with whether to do that, and they just happened to be there that they had this one, and that is a beauty. Some cards you just want to have, and some you want to look at every day. And for me, this is a card that I could, want to look at every day. So that's more of a display case card. I love that. Yastrzemski, I think I like it better than his rookie, which I also think is an awesome card. All right. And then this one I walked by 3 times, and I came back and took a closer look at it, made an offer, and now it's mine. This is now my oldest Mickey Mantle. I needed this for my 57 set. It's centered really well, but it's affordable because we've got a crease here, and we've got these little dot things there, which kind of, when it's back there, it almost looks like there's lights. And so when I walk by this on my display, I'm like, I'm not even really going to notice that, but this looks great. This is very close to almost exactly what I would want to do with Mantle cards, because I just find they're so expensive. And I love the history of baseball. And if I look at Mickey Mantle, a lot of people would rate him below Mays in terms of like how good they were. So it's more about being a Yankee and the mystique and a couple of his peak years and what could have beens and stuff like that. But there's such a premium for his cards with that where I just sometimes shy away. Here's another card. I'm a Senators fan, and the history of the Senators, this guy was super important in that, and that is a Clark Griffith. And I do not see these every day. In fact, I hardly ever see these. And reason I was able to get it is I was able to package it with different cards and a lot and make a deal. But what a neat card. I do not have any 1910 Sporting Life cards, and I really mulled over this one to get it or not. But I thought that was a great looking copy. Don't really care about the authentic. I don't know a ton about these. I don't know if they're cut cards. I don't know if this was trim, but it's a beautiful card. Very happy with that. Okay, now these last two, man, I've been wanting some of this guy's cards for a long time. And I think these are so cool. So I'm adding for the first time to my collection 2 Japanese cards of the great Sadaharu Oh. And here we have him. This is a 1963. I think that's the year before, the year of, or the year after he hit 55 home runs to set a record in Japan that I believe still stands, although I think it's tied. Over 860 home runs, 30 home runs a year for 19 years. 5'10", 173 pounds. Man, unbelievable. All-time home run king for professional baseball. And here we have a 1959 Menko, and that's one of his rookie cards, and I believe he has something like 50 different rookie cards altogether. And so far, I believe, I need to do another double check, I could be wrong, that this is his only one of this type that has been graded by SGC or PSA. And there's the back. So I believe these are more of like a strip card that you cut out. But really cool, happy to have that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to display those. I think they're really neat. I just ordered a couple more, like 70s Sadaharu Oh cards as well. All right, now at this show, the Tacoma show, there was not a lot of vintage. There was only a handful of different spots that I had good luck on. But I did go by one dealer where I was just talking to him, and I went through one of his boxes, and he had a lot of rookies from the early 2000s, and my collection's a little light for Hall of Famers from that era. So I started going through, and I started picking cards out, and there's also a little bit of older stuff, but we ended up making a deal, and it was about 45% off is what I got on all these. So I'll just buzz through these really quick. We got an Adrian Beltre rookie card. Manny Machado. This one was a surprise. I do not see minis very often. This is a very clean Robin Yount Mini Rookie. It's pretty darn clean. It's off-centered down, but very, very clean. So around, $30-ish or so I got that for. I thought that was great. After the deal, he threw this in. I have one in a box set, but I didn't have one that was just on its own. I actually really like the Bowmans. A lot of people don't because they're kind of bigger, but I think it's because I like more of the vintage stuff. Now this card was the main card that I really started while I was grabbing multiple cards. I was a huge fan of Andrew Jones as a kid. I think he's the best defensive center fielder ever. I think that he saved the Braves so many runs with all the doubles he stole. He was phenomenal. There's about an 8-year period where he's so ridiculously far above. I mean, even names like Mays or Clemente, great defensive players. If you look at what it looks like he saved in terms of runs, he blows all outfielders out of the water for that period of time. Got a Mookie Betts rookie. Vlad the Impaler, one of his rookies. That guy had an absolute cannon. You could shoot BBs at him and he could hit him. He was amazing. Albert Pujols. Probably would have hit 800 home runs if he didn't have foot issues. The guy was crazy as a righty. Awesome, awesome hitter. Clayton Kershaw. Didn't have any of his rookie cards. Roy Halladay, I couldn't remember if I had this or not. It's his rookie. Another Machado. It's a Bowman Chrome. A Verlander. Mookie Betts. And if I could watch just one player play today, it might be Mookie. Mookie can do it all. Throw him in the outfield. Put him at short. Put him at second. He can hit for power. He scratches a couple of my inches. Like he's a little dude, and he produces tons of power, and he can do big things. Love it. And then last one, I know I have one of these, but you know, it was like $2. Still blows me away. This used to be $15 as a kid. So that's my those were my pickups from the show. If anybody is interested in the front row show in Tacoma, a couple things I would say is if you're a vintage person, there's a couple things there. What blew me away is the amount of Pokemon that they had. It was like 55-60% of the tables was Pokemon. There was so much, and it was packed. It was definitely shoulder to shoulder, trying to like just kind of wiggle through there. So the first couple hours especially, it's hard to move around. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bader out.